Dexter, Season 5, episode review video. Before I get into that, though, pretty important. If you weren't caught up to the point where I am at rewatching or watching Dexter, or you're just not entirely sure, then you definitely need to take the initiative and pay attention to the episode's title, which, of course, I'll mention, as well as put it in the description for you. If that happens to be the case and you're not caught up, it would be my recommendation that you don't watch this video any further to avoid any potential spoilers. This will be Dexter, Season 5, Episode 5. The title of this episode is called First Blood. And this will be my review, reaction, recap after just finishing watching the episode. We start off with Dexter and Harrison at some sort of daycare-ish place, or maybe it was a carnival. I don't know what it was, but Harrison has apparently cut another kid on the cheek. It worries Dexter a bit, but nonetheless, Lumen still wants Dexter to help her find those guys that violated her and kill them. Dexter actually gives Lumen a plane ticket to Minneapolis. He used miles for it, and she mentions that he really wants to get rid of her. Well, wouldn't, Deb's at Quinn's, and she's mad he's taking a few days off from work, personal days that he had to use up, and it pisses her off. Deb and Batista go to visit Yadrando, or Yanandro Mendoza, who was the guy that was the human shield for Fuentes, that had his throat cut or slit. Mendoza doesn't remember anything about the scenario. He does mention, though, he remembers a tattoo, and it's got like an eye, and that's as much as he can give them, and he draws them a picture of it. Dexter's narration says Lumen needs to stay away from the darkness. Deb shows Batista the tattoo Mendoza sketched for them. They go to Masuka for information regarding the tattoo, as Masuka is a tattoo expert, apparently. He says you need to speak to the artist, Michelangelo. Dexter asks Sonia if she's ever seen Harrison be aggressive, referring back to Harrison apparently cutting the kids at wherever they were, daycare-ish place, on the cheek. Dexter finds out that Lumen broke into Boyd Fowler's house. Lumen is hardcore investigating this case. Don't blame her. Dexter tells Lumen he knows what she's doing. Batista asks LaGuerta about Quinn's time off, and she says there's nothing she can do about it. Batista asks LaGuerta, or says to LaGuerta, see you tonight, and LaGuerta doesn't really respond to it. She's got other things going on. And then Batista sees LaGuerta get into McCourt's vehicle, the guy from Internal Affairs. Michelangelo is actually a woman, and she takes a big liking to Deb. Unfortunately, she can't really give much information out about the tattoo unless she actually sees it in person. Dexter goes to see Robert Brunner, who was a cellmate of Boyd Fowler's in jail, who may be connected to the acts against Lumen Pierce. Dexter gives Brunner the M99 and takes him to the kill room he initially had for Boyd Fowler, but Brunner actually has a ankle bracelet on, so he wasn't one of the men that hurt her. Otherwise, they would come for him. Dexter comes home early, and Quinn and Deb are on the couch. Deb tells Joseph she'll call him in the morning, and Joseph says, okay, Deborah. Deb confesses to Dexter that her and Quinn are fuck buddies. That's got to be the most disappointing thing to Dexter, because he just doesn't like Quinn. LaGuerta arrives home late. She wants to take a shower, or Maria. Angel isn't very happy about that. He checks her phone when she goes in the shower and sees a text message from McCourt about plans for tomorrow, meeting place tomorrow. Lumen Pierce goes to where all the sex offenders are that Dexter went to see Brunner. Tuttle Bridge, as she's going after Brunner. Lumen has a gun pointed on Brunner, but at the last second, Dexter intervenes, and Dexter tells Lumen to go home. He should have said take it, too, because they've been hinting at take it. Deb and Monson find two dead bodies as they were following, couples going and trying to withdraw money from an ATM. And it sounds like they may have been the first victims, and they've been dead for a while. So everybody's at the scene. Batista finds or follows McCourt, or actually goes to the hotel room where McCourt and LaGuerta are, and he's about to beat McCourt's ass, and LaGuerta tells him she's wearing a wire, she's working undercover, stop, to help out with the bust, and RoboCop himself was the one that was busted. Deb figures out that it was never a tattoo, it was a stamp from a nightclub. Masuka is really happy to have Dexterino back on the job. Good old Dexterino. Dexter takes Lumen to the airport, and then Dexter tells Lumen his actual name. He says Dexter Morgan, but you don't have to pay me for the ticket. It's unnecessary. And then TSA has to hand search Lumen as she keeps going off when she walks through the security gate. And it makes her feel very uncomfortable as she was very violated. Quinn is at the bar with RoboCop. Stan Liddy is his name. He's mad that bitch put handcuffs on him, and he wants Liddy to look into someone for him. He says it's Dexter Morgan, and Liddy says, what the fuck kind of name is Dexter? Well, that's interesting. What the hell kind of name, or what the fuck kind of name is Lumen? Dexter tells some moms that there's nothing wrong with his son, as they were kind of gossiping to each other about what happened to Rita and the fact that Harrison had scratched their kids. And then we find out that Lumen is still in Miami as she gets into a cab from the airport as the episode ends. So, I'm not going to lie, this episode, it could have been so much better, but it really wasn't. They had a couple little things, but it was a lot of filler just to essentially add another episode to the season. We still haven't met our main bad guy yet. We've heard him say, take it, but we actually haven't seen him, Jordan Chase. So it's just a little disappointing that we're 5 episodes into the season and we have yet to see Jordan Chase. So hopefully he'll be in the next one. I don't remember when he actually shows up. So again, I'm not a big fan of this episode. I'm going to give it a 7.0 out of 10. And for, an episode that I didn't really care for, that's actually not a bad score. As far as the character of the episode, I'm going to switch it up. I actually had Batista as the character of the episode, and he may very well have been the character of the episode, but I'm going to give it to Masuka because he had the tattoo knowledge, or at least pointed them in the right direction, and had nicknames for Dexterous and Dexterino, and he was damn glad to see Dexter, and knew that Quinn was the one that was, that was the previous episode. So, and then my female character of the episode, this has been the consensus lately. Deb, again, steals the show on the women's side of things. Maybe LaGuerta, but Deb simply just does too much, and I'm quickly realizing that I don't hate Deb as much as I used to hate her. She's a big impact on this show. And when I update my character rankings, and I'll probably do a tier list as well as just a regular ranking video, Deb is going to move up quite a few spots than before. So you've heard what I have to say. Now, of course, it's your turn. If you're a fan of Dexter or Dexter New Blood and love the character of Dexter, make sure you smash that like button. If you want to share this video with anybody you know, or put it on any of your social media platforms, such as MySpace, because I know how much you all love to use MySpace, go ahead and do so. Don't forget to sound off in the comment section about what your thoughts are on this episode of Dexter. Who would be your character of the episode, male and female, and what would you score this episode? If you want to tell me your favorite moment, that would be fine too. I don't really recall what my favorite moment is. Probably Masuka's nicknames like Dexterino and Dexterous, which he calls him Dexterous a few times, but this is the only episode I think he calls him Dexterino. And so go ahead and do that. And then, of course, last but certainly not least, you're watching the video anyway, so don't forget to hit that sub button, subscribe to the channel, join the team, show your damn support, and be a part of something special. And JDev will return.